welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to show you how to edit and mod Armor Brigade. At the end of this video, you'll have cluster mortars and napalm mortars, as well as your own database that you will be able to mod. So without further ado, let's dive right into this. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to right click our Armor Brigade icon. We're going to go to Properties, we're going to go to Local Files, and we're going to go to Browse. We're going to drag that all the way over here like so, and then we're going to click on Data. Once you click on Data, you're going to click on Database. In Database, you're going to have this default option. What you're going to do is you're going to right click this, you're going to copy, and then you're going to immediately hit Control V. You can rename this to whatever you would like. We can call this First. And there's your first database mod, but we still need to go one step further. We're going to double click it. We're going to look for the ERAS file. We're going to right click that, and we're going to open with Notepad. Under Notepad, we're going to find this string right here, and we're going to rename this to First, which is the name of our current database. First. We're going to click Save. That's going to save it. And then we're going to close, close, close. We're going to hit play. And then we're going to click on Change Settings. From Change Settings, we're going to find First. As you can see, we now have a database that we can edit. And we're going to click Play Game. All right, with Play Game open, we're going to click on Mission Editor, Database Editor, wow. In the Database Editor, while it loads, we have all of our options along the top, as you can see. We're going to click on ERAS, and we're going to make note that this is our database, and that's the date that it spawns or goes from. From here, we have our factions. Factions is one of the last things we're going to talk about. We're going to go to formations. Now we are going to create our first mod. And we're going to search for the word mortar, M-O-R-T-A-R. Enter. Right here we have 91, a mortar platoon. We're going to click copy. And we're going to scroll all the way down until we reach the bottom, 2205, and we're going to hit paste. From there, we're going to click on these two units, and we're going to rename this cluster and napalm. All right. Now what we need to do is there's currently 2 units in our mod that we need to edit, and they're unit number 189. All right, so let's go to our units. Let's search for 189. 189, hit enter. We're going to click on this unit, and we're going to copy it. We're going to go all the way down to the bottom one more time. Well, a few more times. Scroll up until we get to 1341, and we are going to paste. We are going to rename this to Cluster Napalm. And we are going to remember 1341. We're going to go back to our formations, click on 2205, change these units to 1341 over here on the ID side. One more time, 1341. And now we are using our units in our formation that we created. We are going to click on Units. We're going to click on Cluster and Napalm. And we are just going to look at a few things, see if there's anything in here we want to edit. And I don't think there is. We're going to go to our Weapons and Ammunition tab. As you can see here, we have the howitzer. So we have this weapon. And we have 2 different types of ammunition. We are going to mod and edit all 3 of these. So the first thing we need to do is go to the Weapons and Ammunition. So 294. Search 294, enter. Here's our mortar. We're just going to copy it one again, just like before. Go to the bottom. We're going to click paste, just like that. And we're going to change a few things. What if we want this to be like a multi-rocket launch system if we made a sprite for it? Well, amount per burst, amount consumption per attack. So that's just going to be the amount of it consumes each time that it fires. Or what if we want to change its aim time? So we hit aim time 1, time between attacks 1, and then we're not really going to do in place time or do anything like that. So now it takes 1 second to aim, 1 second to fire. Indirect fire only is selected. We're also going to rename this to cluster, just like that. So now 540, remember we need to go back to our units. We need to change our weapon to 540, just like that. Now when we edit this, it still has our old values for our smokes and HEs. So if you're following this guide so far, you know we're going to edit the ammunition next. So remember 340, 341. So what we're going to do is we're going to search for 340, enter, click, copy, scroll to the bottom, scroll up because we always scroll too far, paste, backspace, 341, enter, smokes. Okay, realistically, we don't need smokes. We could just double paste HE, right? So now we have our HE mortars, but we need to modify these. So realistically, what we could do is we could go to our A10 and we can look at its weapons and ammunition. So we go flight, A10, unit ID. Unit ID is 1, aircraft, A10. Unit ID is 1 under A10. We want to look at the weapons and ammunition. Cluster bombs, 127, 101. So what we do over here is we go to 101. We copy this, just like so. We go all the way down to the bottom, and we click paste. And what this does, oops, 101, enter. Copy, copy, copy. Scroll down to the bottom. Click on that, paste. My dude, just paste. Why are we struggling with this? Copy. 101, copy. 569, paste. All right, that's fine. All right, so now we have our cluster bombs. So really what we're going to do is just going to pull information from the cluster bombs and put it in the HEs. So so we want tracer type bomb cluster. Tracer type bomb cluster. And you can edit this, right? You can have like smoke on impact, low. You can rename this to cluster, we'll call it C1, right? Click back on this. This does damage to soft and hard targets, so we change ours to do damage to soft and hard targets. We can do damage versus soft, low, or you can do high. It depends on how you want to mod it. We don't want any of this information. If we add this, it's going to ruin our indirect fire. So other than that, we now have cluster mortars. So now we're going to do the same thing for HEs. So we go back to ammunition, and what we really want is napalm. So let's find napalm. Napalm's 126, ammo type's 99, HEs. So let's type in 99, hit enter, click copy, like 10 times. Not sure why it wasn't working right there. Boom. Paste napalm. Click on this one. Call this one N1. Right, we're just going to grab bomb type napalm. Bomb napalm right there. Smoke on impact, we're going to say low. We're also going to say damage to soft targets. You don't have to have any of that. This is your mod. You can do whatever you want with it. And we're going to say hard targets. Right? So now we have 566 and 567. We need to add those to our current mod. So here's our unit, cluster napalm. Clusters right there. C1, 566. Smokes, we're going to change this to 567. Just like that. We could also change this ammo, this weapon over here, if we were to like track it down. Actually, we cannot. Right, so now we have our cluster mortar selected. It's 2 weapon types, which are cluster mortars and napalm mortars. But we're not quite done yet. We need to go back to formations. 2205 is something we need to remember. We need to go back to factions. Right here, between the date 1965 and 1969. That's up to you. You can put this in whatever date you would like to put it in. We're just going to start right with the beginning, 1965, 1969. Formations. Scroll down. My goodness. Realistically, all we need to do is just click on this. What was it? 2205, 2205. It's going to auto-populate. We're going to go 1965 from month 1 to year 1991 to month 12. All right. That is basically that. Now let's hit save. Save that to our XML. Save, save. Nothing to save. All right. From there, we're going to click on New Game, Generate Mission, Northeast Italy. Click on Italy. Click Done. Click Done. Click Done. Click Advanced. Maximum Settings. We want this because the support needs to be at 100% because these mortars are going to cost quite a lot. Let's go to our support tab. Right here, we're looking for clusters. Clusters and napalm. Right there. 309. That's confusing. Play. Should be like 800. Oh, you know what? It's because I didn't adjust the fire rate. Right. So we're going to right click. Orders. Reattach. Click this unit. HEs. Unfortunately, you can't change the name of HE in smoke. Alright. We're going to fire a bunch of rounds. Fire a bunch of rounds. Start. Everyone's firing. And we're just waiting. Is this one out of range? Nope. I just want them to fire a few more rounds. I believe they fired. So we can watch these bad boys explode. There you go. Just like that, you now have cluster and napalm mortars in your armor brigade platoon. You created your mod, you added your first unit, and you can do so much more with this. I've added Star Wars, I've added tanks with rocket launchers that shoot like 30, 40 rockets at a time. They don't really do much because they hit all around the enemy. It's absolutely hilarious. So anyway, make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know if you want to see more videos like this. Peace out, guys.